future boy.
So this is my review for Antiviral. It's from 2012. It's on Netflix right now, and that's how I watched it. It was in my queue for a really long time, and I finally got around to watching it because it's October, and I like to kind of watch horror movies in October. Now this is, I wouldn't really consider this a straight horror. I'm very specific about my genres when it comes to horror. I don't think it really fits that too well. But I was really interested in it because of the writer and director is Brandon Cronenberg, and probably sounds familiar because he is David Cronenberg's son. David Cronenberg, of course, did The Fly and Existenz, which I love, and some of the more recent ones are not as horror specific. He's been doing a little more drama, like with Eastern Promises, History of Violence, that sort of thing. But of course, being the son of one of those amazing directors, you kind of interested to see what he'll put out. And so, story follows our main protagonist. His name's Sid March, and it's played by Caleb Landry Jones. You might recognize him. He was just in the I guess a couple years ago now, X-Men First Class. He played Banshee, and he's been in like Friday Night Lights, the TV show, and he made a couple appearances on Breaking Bad and stuff. So he's kind of recognizable if you watch a lot of TV, I guess. So, anyways, Sid March, he works is like in the future, and it's the near future. It's not too far away. And what people start to do is, they've come to this point where people are so obsessed with celebrity and famous people that they have started to like infect themselves with whichever disease a famous person has had. So like we see one guy wanting to get, I'm guessing it was like herpes, because some famous starlet had a breakout, and so he's like getting like a shot to get herpes right here on his lip, and you hear him talking about, so like it would look like if she kissed him, that's where it would be. And it's this really weird thing. So people want to somehow feel close to celebrities by having the same illnesses that they have at some point. And it's like a very kind of time sensitive type thing. So if somebody is sick, they want to go and get it quickly and have it so that they sort of feel like they're connected to them somehow by having that same illness. They can know what they're going through, I think, is the whole premise of this. And Sid March works at a company, like a clinic that does these injections, and we see him like selling packages to people and stuff like that of these whatever ailments a celebrity has. He works there, but we also find out that he's himself kind of obsessed with a couple celebrities. One in particular. Her name is Hannah Geist, and she's like the biggest celebrity in the world, pretty much, I guess. I mean, everybody is interested in her and whatever she's getting. She's played by an actress named Sarah Gadon. She's worked with David Cronenberg quite a bit. She was in Cosmopolis, and she's in his new upcoming movie, Maps to the Stars. So yeah, Hannah Geist is like the biggest star, and he has a bit of obsession with her. We start to realize later, and he gets the chance to actually get a sample from her. So she is some sort of illness. They don't really know what it is, but the company that he works for, Sid works for, they have like an exclusive contract with her. So whenever she gets sick, they can come get a sample of her blood and sell her disease or whatever she has to other people. And the normal guy that would do this is out or has problems. I think he got fired, and so they send Sid to go do it. And once he does it, he gets her blood, and before he goes back to his company, he goes in the bathroom and injects her blood into himself so that he'll have it. And then his plan is to go and sell it on the aftermarket, so they can make a ton of money by going and selling these diseases on the black market, which is he's been doing. But unfortunately, when he does this with Hannah Geist's blood, it's something different. It's not a normal disease, and he starts to get really, really sick, and that kind of leads into the rest of the story. He has to figure out what she has and, try to cure himself somehow. And so yeah, that kind of gets into the rest of the plot. It's very, this is a very, very weird movie. It's not probably for most people. Myself, I'm giving it a 2.5 out of 5, kind of right in the middle. Interesting. It'll be interesting, I would think, to see what Brandon Cronenberg does after this, if he'll continue like in his father's footsteps and start to make some really good, inventive and original material. That'd be great. And I could kind of see that from this. It's a good start. It's not like, he didn't hit it out of the ballpark or anything with this. But it's okay. It's very slow. So if you're one of those people that can't stand a slow-paced movie, a plot that is really slow, this won't be for you at all. It's almost, I don't say trudges along because that kind of connotates that it's hard to get through, but it's not a quick-paced film for sure. I guess I also wanted to mention that Malcolm McDowell is in the movie. He's really good. He plays a doctor. He's not in it a ton, but I did want to mention that because he's a good actor. So a couple things that I thought of, movie connection-wise, because of his dad, I thought of Videodrome. And this is very much in that body horror genre, which his dad is known for. So with, Videodrome, Existenz, and The Fly, when there's a lot of weird, gross stuff happening on the body, he's known for that, and he's kind of following in those footsteps with, people infecting themselves with disease. There's a part with Malcolm McDowell. He has a bunch of like skin grafts on his arm from different celebrities, which is weird. But yeah, so it's in that body horror genre. If you really like that, those types of films, I'd say check it out. And the other movie I thought was one that I saw recently was The Congress. And only because in that movie it also deals with people being obsessed with celebrities so much that they don't care if they, lose their identity. They'll do anything to be as close to these celebrities as they can. It's dealt with a very different way in The Congress, especially since that's half animated, and they just take drugs to put on like an image of a celebrity, and so it's very different. I think if you're interested in that part of the story, how people become so caught up that they want to be obsessed with celebrity and stuff like that, I'd say watch The Congress. I really, really like The Congress. It's also a trippy movie, but in a different way. I think it's a bit easier to watch, and that's very original. The Congress is. That was a great movie. I can't remember what I gave it for a rating, but I think it was at least a 4, if not higher. So I'd say check that out if you are really into, Cronenberg and the body horror. That's your type of thing. Then sure, yeah, check this out. It'd also be interesting, like I said, because I want to see what he does next. If he makes a good name for himself like his father, so it'd be interesting, to see where he goes from here. So I give it a 2.5 out of 5. It is on Netflix, so you can watch it there easily. Okay, I think that'll be it.